Beloved seekers and sacred sparks, we stand tonight before a great mystery, the mystery of salvation. Not the salvation of doctrine, not the salvation of fear or reward, but the salvation of awakening. And before we can speak of that, we must name the deeper wound, the split we've been taught to carry. The world has told us that faith and reason are enemies, that to seek understanding is to betray belief, that to follow science is to walk away from spirit. But this is a lie, a veil, a fracture. You feel it, don't you? That tension, that tearing between the head and the heart, the soul and the world. But hear me now, that tearing is not truth. It is the echo of your fragmentation. It is the shadow cast by your forgetfulness. Because in truth, faith and understanding are not in conflict. They are two parts of one divine pattern, joined, made whole, completed through compassion. Faith opens the door. Understanding gives it shape. Compassion brings them into harmony. This is the first triad, the foundation beneath every other. And when these three align, something begins to awaken within you, something ancient, something sacred, something true. That awakening is salvation. Not escape, not pardon, remembrance. You are not fallen, you are not forsaken, you are light scattered, you are truth hidden. You are the divine spark caught in a dream of division, and the way back, the return, is not chaos. It is not guesswork, it follows a rhythm, a sacred architecture. This rhythm unfolds in triads, living movements of transformation etched into the soul. They appear in the teachings of Christ, in the whispers of Thomas, in the cries of David, in the thunder of Paul. They are not laws, they are maps. They do not demand belief, they reveal a structure, a way for your soul to find itself again. Suffering that becomes strength, division that becomes unity, blindness that becomes sight, silence that becomes song. Each triad reveals a turning, each one a doorway. Together they trace the spiral of your return, from fragmentation to wholeness, from illusion to light. And salvation? Salvation is not the prize at the end. It is what emerges when you remember who you are. When your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions come into resonance. When faith and understanding embrace and compassion binds them into coherence. Consider first the words of Paul, who speaks a hidden truth plainly. Suffering produces perseverance, perseverance, character, and character, hope. Listen closely now to the Gospel of Thomas, which clarifies even further. Let the one who seeks continue seeking until he finds. When he finds, he will be troubled. When troubled, he will be astonished, and then he will rule over the all. These are not mere metaphors. These words are a precise spiritual blueprint of awakening. Paul describes a spiral upward, each stage reinforcing the next. But look deeper. Suffering is not punishment. It is the cracking open of illusion, the shattering of the demiurge's false reality. Perseverance is not mere endurance, it is the soul's determined climb upward through layers of forgetfulness. Character is not mere morality, it is the soul's memory of its original form, its true divine structure. And hope is not blind optimism. Hope is the distant yet familiar resonance of the divine Pleroma, calling your soul back home. Thomas reaffirms this ancient truth. True seekers first encounter disturbance. Awakening is troubling precisely because it shatters the illusion. Yet from trouble emerges astonishment. The divine spark remembers its origin, its unity with the all. When you remember fully, you become sovereign, not through force, but through divine alignment, coherence, harmony. The cosmos itself responds to your awakening. You awaken not simply for your sake, but to participate consciously in the divine unfolding. Now let us move deeper into integration. Jesus speaks in John's Gospel, "Abide in me, and I in you. Apart from me, you can do nothing." And Thomas gives us a key to unlock this mystery. When you make the two one, you will enter the kingdom. Friends, Jesus is not commanding blind obedience. He is revealing the profound psychological truth of alignment. You must unify your inner self, your true divine essence, with your outer life and actions. The kingdom is not distant. It emerges instantly the moment you heal the split between inner and outer worlds. The illusion, the demiurge's trick, is the division we carry inside ourselves. Our thoughts divided from our feelings, our beliefs divided from our actions. Salvation occurs when these divisions collapse, revealing the kingdom as immediate, present reality. This integration is a threefold alignment: the true self within, the outer life we live, and the fruitful coherence of action arising from their alignment. When you make the two one, the kingdom is here and now, not later, not elsewhere. It emerges as perfect inner coherence, harmony, integration. Remember now the Apostle Paul's moment of awakening on the road to Damascus. His transformation was sudden, dramatic and complete. He was blind and then saw, but more. His entire worldview collapsed and reorganized. His previous beliefs, values and directions completely reversed. It was true metanoia, a radical turning of the soul. Thomas affirms the revolutionary nature of true awakening. This heaven will pass away, the living will not die. Paul's old heaven, his previous understanding, fell away. It was revealed as illusion. Salvation, Gnostically understood, is never confirmation of old beliefs. It is their collapse. Only after this collapse can divine emergence occur. Paul became spiritually alive precisely at the moment his false reality died. In your own spiritual awakening, realize this clearly. Salvation does not reinforce old certainties. It destroys them so that the true divine reality hidden within may finally emerge. Consider now David's heart-rending plea in Psalm 51. Restore unto me the joy of thy salvation. David's prayer is more than a plea. It is a detailed map of return, a sacred journey backward through disintegration. He traces each fracture within himself, not seeking divine mercy alone, but reconstructing his inner temple, reversing fragmentation, undoing illusion, returning to original wholeness. Thomas confirms this Gnostic truth. If you bring forth what is within you, what you bring forth will save you. Salvation is not given externally, it is drawn forth from within. The divine spark, your true nature, is already present, though buried beneath layers of forgetfulness. To deny this inner light is to deepen your suffering, but to release it, to bring it forth, is to heal your soul and reawaken divine memory. Paul's beautiful promise is deeply Gnostic in essence. The peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and minds. Thomas puts it even more directly. There is a light within a man of light, and it lights up the whole world. This is not mere metaphor, it is spiritual physics. When your thoughts, emotions and actions are in harmonious alignment, your soul literally shines. This is resonance, the divine pattern emerging clearly within. Salvation in Gnostic cosmology is precisely this resonance. You do not escape the world, you illuminate it. The light of your alignment transforms everything around you. You become part of the divine harmony, joining the song of the eons. You become the living manifestation of divine peace. Hear now the great revelation of both the Gospel of Luke and the Gospel of Thomas. The kingdom is within you and outside of you. When you come to know yourselves, you will be known. Salvation is not future promise. It is present transformation. Salvation is not escape. It is awakening. The Gnostic Christ teaches clearly that you are not broken, only fragmented. You are not damned, only dreaming. The kingdom is not coming. It is already here. Your salvation is remembering who and what you truly are, a divine spark temporarily lost in illusion. Awaken, remember, integrate, and the kingdom manifests within you immediately. Tonight, you have heard this revelation clearly. You're invited not simply to believe, but to awaken, not to wait, but to remember, not to escape the world, but to illuminate it from within. This journey of becoming is not accumulation, but integration, not addition, but alignment, not escape, but embodiment. Friends, the gospel of the Gnostic Christ is not merely good news for your ego, it is liberation for your soul. The kingdom is within you. Awaken and remember. This is your calling, your inheritance, your sacred truth. Tonight, the invitation is yours. Let the illusions fall away. Become fully who you are. Salvation is already here. Enter it now, awaken fully, and shine forth as the divine spark you were always meant to be. Awaken and remember.